Okay, we are live. Good morning, Karen. How are you?
Good morning, man. This is so exciting.
Hi. How are you today? You excited?
Good. Very, very. Thanks for helping.
Yeah, well, thank you for putting it together. I know that you've been putting in endless hours to make sure that the Edu-Change Exploration virtual conference will be a tremendous success. So we're just ready. We're watching a few people log on and come in. It's going to be a very, very cool day ahead.
I think so. We've got amazing speakers.
Yeah.
We've got amazing speakers. We've got incredible corp. So it's really exciting.
I was just about to say, for those that have logged on now, please tag your friends. Let them know that it's coming on. We've got a couple more minutes to go until 9 o'clock, where we'll officially kick off the conference. Karen, will it be cheeky of me to ask you to give us a little, what would it be, a sneak preview into what we can expect for today before we get around into the introductions? Can you give us just a little sneak preview?
Yes, yes. We're going to be seeing corporates talking about their products. We're going to be listening to teachers who are using technology in amazing ways. There is a prize every hour that you can sign up for. And we're going to select those by random number selection. So go in and have a bash. We have got games for you to play. So if you look on the slide deck, which is prizes and promos, there are also activities and games for you to go and play. Some tech tools and resources just to explore. And on top of that, you have these incredible webinars tonight with two stunning teams of people. So we are super excited to have that all in one long day. I hope you have fun. Hop in, hop out when it suits you.
Brilliant. And obviously, we're streaming across Facebook. You'll be able to catch us on Facebook Live, literally sitting here the entire day. And there should be an opportunity for you, as Karen said, to pop in, even just a couple of minutes, really. Give yourself a chance. You'll see the banner at the bottom might be giving away a bit of information about the prizes that are there or the info of the speaker who's on. So you'll always be in the loop. No worries there. This is, I think, one of the first 12-hour online conferences. There must be. I'm not sure what the stats are like, Karen, but this probably is one of the first 12-hour online education conferences that this country has seen. So just a pre-congratulations to you for managing to put in the hours and get this ready for us.
Well, let's hope the tech obliges.
Let's hope it.
Matt, I want to ask you.
Yeah.
I've put a comment in the chat. I can't seem to post a comment to the comments. There's a whole lot of stuff that I want to share with people about links. Can you grab my chat and pop it in?
Yeah, we sure can, Karen. No worries. We're gonna have a quick look here. We'll set it up. So just as an FYI, if the tech does go wrong, we'll be sitting in the background with the Thinker shirt, making sure that it is seamless. So I'm sure I'm not putting it out there, but we'll definitely make sure that everything goes the way it needs to.
Can you put that chat there? So hi Mari, hi Mikkel, nice to see you guys here. It's really good to have you on board. We've got an incredible lineup for you guys today. Starting in a few seconds, so this is exciting.
It's coming soon. Just setting it up.
Thanks.
So we're a couple of seconds away from starting. Karen, we're going to get your chat going in just a moment.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome officially to the first 12-hour online EduChange Exploration Conference. It's fantastic to have you all here today. We have an incredible lineup just for you to tune in at any time across Facebook Live. Quite literally, we'll be here sitting with exceptional speakers all around, and I will be introducing one of the first right now. Without anything, welcome to all of you that are tuning in from across the country, across the world. We have Karen Walstra, who will be putting in the first introduction to what we can expect for the day. And a massive, massive thank you to her and the amount of effort that she's put in. I'm going to briefly introduce her now. Prior to that, a massive thank you to Macmillan for sponsoring this morning and today's conference. As a brief introduction, Karen Walstra, who is she? Well, currently doing her PhD in education and research in virtual reality. She has been in the education space for many, many years, an incredible mother, wife, teacher who's looking to disrupt education. I think without any ado, I'd like to introduce her to our our first morning session. Karen? How are you?
Hello, everybody. I'm good, thank you. I'm so excited that this day has actually arrived, and to everybody who's been participating. Ricky, I see you on the chat, and I can only say thank you for your support in all of this as well. So today, you're going to be experiencing a range of different things. You'll see that there is if you go into the program, there's a space where it says prizes, promos, and play. On that deck, you can go and sign up and look at what the different prizes are in each hour. There are also promotions from the different companies, and there are even activities where you can just go and play. So go and explore some of those educational tools. We've got amazing speakers, and we've got incredible people participating. So we just want to say thank you so much for being involved and for engaging with us today. I'm wanting to share with you about how tech has actually impacted my life and the way we can actually engage with technology in the space. So for me, it's how do we actually go on an exploration? How do we actually think about using technology in our schools? I think COVID has been an interesting space. There have been lots of horrible things that have happened. There are lots of sad instances that have taken place. But from an education point of view, it's really created a perfect storm. Think about how we've been pushed into remote learning. Our timetables have been completely disrupted. Teachers, in that instance, are now acquiring new skills that they've been forced to do in some instances, and in some instances, people who are using them have just grown phenomenally, and that's just so incredible. And then the other thing is we've seen a change in learners. We are hearing stories about how children are enjoying the mix of online and face-to-face. They're enjoying where they have more freedom to work at their own time and actually engage with the work that they've got done. And so for me, we've created this educational disruption. It's really created a space where we can question how we are doing schooling. But at the same time, we can use this opportunity to really transform things that we've been discussing for years. And so for me, the really important thing is how do we get students to think? How do we actually get students to work so that they are thinking critically, that they're collaborating, that they're communicating effectively, and that we're getting them to be creative in every lesson that they are doing? So how are we actually integrating this into every lesson that we teach? Not just sometimes, but all the time. And that we use technology then on top of that. How are we saying that we can actually engage with these types of things? Whether we're using a productivity suite, whether it's Microsoft or Google or Apple, do our children really know how to use those tools? How are we using AI to our advantage? Are we actually buying and building systems so that we can actually get the data about our students and really make personalized learning? We can do that when we're using these types of technologies. We're talking about coding, but there is so much around that. Are we actually upskilling our students so that they can truly become people who are independent? What about introducing 3D printing around the coding with that space? Or maybe robotics and getting children to think out of the box and design their own robots and make them move? What about augmenting and adding information and content and making it more real by using things like augmented reality in your classes so that the students can engage with content in a completely different way? Or what about looking at VR and giving the children an experience of a space that maybe they'll never be able to go to, or because it's physical, or maybe it's a space that you just can't get to, like inside your body or inside the cell of a plant. So how are we using things to really change what we are doing? How are we really making our lessons different? Maybe it's just tweaking one or two things. Maybe it's just asking how we can actually do this really effectively. So what is the technology that you are actually using? And how can you improve that technology in the way? So for me, it's how do you make every lesson meaningful? How do you actually engage with the students in terms of all the work and the things that you are doing? Think about the different kinds of things that you can explore and expose your students to. So for me today, it's just saying to teachers, how do we actually really engage with the work that we do? How do we really just participate? How do we make our children think outside of the box? How do we actually say to the children, this is really fun? For me, school should be fun. It should be a space where everybody should want to be involved. It should be a space where children should be excited so that we can really engage with our students. One of the aspects we've got to think about is how do we actually help our students who are having huge trouble during COVID and are feeling really sad? What are the social implications? Can we do this remote learning? Can we do this mixture of face-to-face and remote? And how do we do it so that every single child really and truly benefits from it? Think about each and every little soul in the classes that you teach. Picture them. How are we helping each of them individually? And for me, I really think that's where technology can benefit us. Never before, since people have been around, have we been able to make or use technology. Oh, my voice has gone funny. Sorry. We've been able to use technology to make personalized learning. We can take the data, and as teachers, we have lots and lots of data. How are we taking that to find out about our children? Not just with their masks, not just with their marks, not their masks, we all wear masks these days, but with every single aspect that we do. Think about how we can actually help each individual child, that we can really know our children. I think technology can help us. I also think technology can be used to save us a huge amount of time. If we use things like auto marking where it can be used, and then mark the long questions, it will reduce our amount of work. Think about sharing documents and collaborating and how that can save and share the amount of work that you're doing with your colleagues. Think about how we can learn from each other. And often what we used to do as teachers is we wouldn't share. But if we do share, just think about how that can really help us as teachers. If we work together, if we showed each other technology resources we found. So this is really exciting that we are going to be exploring all these different kinds of things, that we are really going to be seeing how we can actually work within the space and make the lessons exciting. So today we've got a range of different companies that are going to be speaking. In this hour, there is a prize from Macmillan, and we say thank you to Macmillan for the prizes that they've given. So please hop into the deck that says prizes, promos, and play, and go and sign up for the prize. Go and see what the prize is for this hour. And this hour, it's a fantastic little gift that you can actually, that would help you as a teacher. So go and have a look at that. Then there's also an activity that you can play. And for our first speaker that comes on at 9, Dr. Kruger also has giveaways and promotions for her products. And if you carry on working through the program, you will see that there are those types of things in every hour. So really, really have a look at the incredible kinds of things that you could go and work through today and learn about. You will also see that we have broken it into 20-minute slots. So there will be lots of time for Q&A. So if any of you have got questions or comments that you'd like to participate in or would like me to talk about for the next few minutes, that would be really lovely. Ricky, I see your comment. I will note it. Or you're talking about these flowers. So thank you, all of you, for being in here. I would love for you to pop into the chat and tell me, what kind of technology do you use? Are you perhaps a Microsoft school or a Google school? Or what's an exciting tool that you are perhaps using within this space? I would love to see your comments and thoughts. Ah, Charles, thank you for your comment. Well, we're recording these, so you'll be able to hop in and hop out whenever you like, and we'll put that up later. So we'll get the information, and if you look on all the decks that are linked on the webinar, you will also be able to find the program and information there as well. So definitely. Yes. So yes. And we will be putting little videos out of the presentations as well as the follow-up emails around what we've done. So if you want those follow-up emails, just click on the registration and we will send the information through to you. Ah, Moodle as an LMS. Cell phone apps, yes. WhatsApping, quiz forms, yes. Quiz is very nice, and Google Classroom. Thanks, Nicole, for sharing. Yes, that's a nice array of different tools. And I think that that's really exciting, that we can share the different tools that we're using. So thanks for that, Nicole. I really like all of those. There's some exciting apps that we can use on our phones. So for those of you who don't know me, I love augmented reality and virtual reality. So things like all the different augmented apps, and there are so many that are free. Go and have a look at those. You'll see in the play section, I've put a link to Google Expeditions. For me, Google Expeditions is just an amazing app. There are more than 1,000 expeditions in each of the little scenarios. Some of them have up to 5 or 6 scenarios. There is both AR and VR, and the AR in there is really nice in that you don't need a marker like the old ARs. You would just use a flat surface. So really the new kind of AR. And then if you don't have VR headsets, which are like this, so these are VR headsets. If you don't have VR headsets, so the way these work is you open the app and you pop it on your phone in them. If you don't have those, all of those VR applications in Google Expeditions, you can actually watch in 360. So it's a really fun way to actually look at it. So go and have a look. It's really cool. Any other questions? I want to just say that the first person signed up for a prize this morning already at 9:45. So we've been having people, since I shared the links this morning, people have been entering the competition. Flipgrid. No, there's a Flipgrid activity. I would love for you all to hop onto the Flipgrid activity that we've set for today. Please make a little response, however you want to, and send it up. So it's all about how you use tech. So I'd love for you to hop into the Flipgrid, take a video, and send it through. So that would be really exciting. So Yasmin, thank you for sharing about Flipgrid. Yeah, Google Classroom. I also like Google Classroom. I think it's really easy to manage and to put together. And WhatsApp. Quite a few of you have said WhatsApp. Can you tell us how you use WhatsApp? And one of the corporates today, in fact, thought Africa, who is helping me with sharing the stream and doing all that tech, has an amazing product on WhatsApp with their chatbot, and they're going to be talking about that later today. Yes, that's very true, Charles. Yes, thanks for sharing. I have some incredible stories, or I've heard some incredible stories with the schools who had been using Google for a while, and their teachers were comfortable and their students were comfortable. And the really nice thing was, I think in lots of those homes, it also reduced the stress on parents because the children knew how to use the tools. So yes, that was really useful for those. So thank you. We have been trained in Google Classroom, so that's interesting. Enjoy it. I loved my time when I worked at Google. So I was lucky enough to work for Google for a few years. And for me, I just love the tools. I just love the way that you can work with them in a classroom and how it's really easy and effective to use. So for me, that's really beneficial to do that and see how we can actually use the tools within that space.